Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of What's on the Shelf TV Time, where we take one of my shelves, take a look at the contents on it, Blu-ray, DVD, TV collection stuff. Let's get into it. So hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Physical media. TV collection, physical media. I do like my TV box sets and collections. I grew up with a lot of this TV stuff. I love it. Obviously I don't get to revisit it often given the time that would be required, but it's there if I want to revisit it. Now, when collecting physical media, I think I'd much rather let go of a lot of my films than what I would the TV stuff, simply because a lot of this TV stuff is hard to get hold of now, some of it. And for that reason, I wouldn't want to let go. I'd feel, I don't know, feel a bit upset, I think, for letting go of it. But, you know, but we're going to begin with today. We're going to go on this shelf here. It's too deep, and we're going to have a look at what's there, and I'll pick out that one TV show amongst all that are here that I would take above all others, so to speak. So as we go along, see if you can you take a guess at what I would pick. Looks like an interesting shelf, actually. A lot of selection on it, and also let me know what TV show, if even if you've seen them, or if it brings back any memories. If you've got them on physical media, let me know. Drop it down in the comments below. So let's start. Let's begin. Okay, so first up, we're going to jump to 1993. Now, this first TV show came out around the same time as Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman. Do you remember when that was on? Back in the early 90s. And it is, and I love this show, it is The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., the complete series, starring Bruce Campbell as Briscoe County, a sort of lawyer turned bounty hunter in Western times. Now, this show here only lasted one season, unfortunately. It ran for 26 episodes, as I recall, and it was a mixture of Western, had humour, had an element of sci-fi in it as well. And for that reason, it was a tough blend, tough for people to get into, essentially. And that's why it lasted only its one season. But don't let that put you off of this show, because even though it lasted for one season, it was great. It really was. Obviously, Bruce Campbell as the leading man in it. Bruce Campbell, I love. He's a great actor. I think he's very good. And that shines through in this show. It really does. Yeah, this was good. This was good. This is a Region 1 box set that I've got for the series. I don't think it ever got a UK release. I've got a loose disc in there. But yeah, this was good. It was good. I'll sort that loose disc out later. So that's the first show there. Moving on. Now, some of these I might have shown. I've got V the Final Battle. I'm sure I showed that in another one, and I'll simply put it onto that shelf. So some of these might be doubled up. Now, next up, we have a show called The Leftovers, which is far newer. It's a newer show from maybe 5-6 years back, something like that. I don't know. It lasted 3 seasons. Was it HBO Max show? It may have been. And it was about... The basis of the show was that people vanished. Okay, a certain percentage of the Earth's population, there's only something small, like about 3% of the Earth's population vanished, just like that. No reason, no reason or rhyme as to why. It was just like, you know, you could be standing there talking to someone, then all of a sudden they're gone, they've vanished, right? And it was the sort of aftermath of this event is what it was about, and how the world changed, how people changed in the world, religion, all things like this, because you don't know the reason for the disappearances. People, was it the rapture, was it something else? We don't know. And it was an exploration into what would happen to us, how we would cope in those kind of in that sort of a situation. Now, like I said, it lasted 3 seasons. An answer was never given as to exactly what happened to everyone that vanished. And I think, much to the dismay of a lot of people, they wanted that answer, but that's not what the show was about. Okay, I mean, imagine in real life if that was to occur, if people just vanished, right, for no reason. I'm not talking about Thanos snapping his fingers or anything like that. People just vanished. Would you ever know the answer as to why? Would you? I don't think you would. And that's what it played upon. So moving on, we have season 1 of Blake's 7, restored on Blu-ray. Great series from back in the day, very cheap series, you know. That's Doctor Who cheapness about it. These have been restored with new special effects, that sort of thing in it, which is great. And they've done season 2, and that's up for order now, so I will be getting that. Fantastic. Next up, I love these. I do love these. Okay, and it is the classic collection of Sharp. Sean Bean as Bernard Cornwell's character of Sharp. Fighting during the Napoleonic Wars, you know, the Peninsular Wars and all that sort of a thing. I've read a lot of the books, and I do like the series a lot. I do have the other follow-up films that they've done as well, but these are the first 14 movies that they've done, and they're great. They really are. Okay, didn't have the budget to give you the scope of the amount of people involved in some of the fights, like the Battle of Waterloo at the end. Very small. So the Prussians have arrived. It's like 3 people on horseback, you know. Yeah, but it was a good series. Okay, it was very good. Next up, we have a show that lasted 4 seasons. No, 5 seasons. 4 seasons. My head, my mind. And it is Continuum. Sci-fi series from the Sci-Fi channel. Very good. I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was fantastic. Final season I had to import from somewhere. Australia, maybe? I don't know. No, I ain't got the Australian thing on it. Or was that American release? I don't know. I had to import the final season because they didn't give it to us. And not unless they did later on, I don't know. But, you know, it was a decent time travel-y kind of escapade. Another sci-fi show now from Sci-Fi Channel. And it is Killjoys. Sci-Fi Channel done some decent sci-fi series around this era. That season's still sealed there. Yeah, you may recognise the main girl. She went on to play Ghost in Ant-Man and Wasp in Marvel, in MCU. Yeah, what way round do they go? That's the final season. I don't know what way I showed them, but there we go. So anyway, so then we got Killjoys. Now let's step into this territory now. You'll see where we're going with this. We have Torchwood, the Doctor Who spin-off show. Season 1. Season 2. Season 3, Children of Earth. And Season 4, which was Miracle Day. Now, this show here, it never had a home as such. I think Season 1 and 2 started on BBC 4, if I recall. Little channel, obviously. I went to BBC 3 with that. And then this was, I think, or was it BBC 3 and then BBC 2? I don't know, I can't remember. And then this series here was made in conjunction with Stars TV in America. So it was far more Americanized. And yeah, although I enjoyed Torchwood for the most part, I thought it just unfortunately kept changing home. It kept changing, trying to change its identity as it moved on and doing different things. It didn't have a set structure to it, which I suppose in some ways is a good thing, but yeah, I always felt they could have done more with it and more with the characters, but I enjoyed what we got. Next up, we have a season of The Blacklist, season 4. And I know that some of these were shown in an earlier video somewhere else on these shelves where there's a little bit of mix-up going on because of the move. But yeah. And then we have Wednesday. As I'm filming this, season 2 is due to start sometime soon. And yeah, from the mind of Tim Burton and you know, based upon Adam's Family spin-off. It was all right. It was decent. Now let's get into the territory of no, actually, let's go up here first. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, so we got some of the seasons of the animated Ruby, which I kind of got into on the back of the DC crossover Ruby comics films that they'd done, the two, where DC universe and this Ruby anime universe kind of merged together. Yeah. Okay, and next up, we step into the realm of Doctor Who. So, okay, so for me, I had to make a decision with Doctor Who and where to start the collection. And as much as I enjoy the older Doctor Who's, the classics, I didn't want to go back that far. I didn't, you know, part of the reason is time, is that I would know that I'd buy these seasons and chances are I probably wouldn't ever get around to watching them, to be honest. So my collection always begins with the 1996 Paul McGann Doctor Who, the movie, which was essentially a pilot episode and it never got took to series. But I have a lot of fun with that, a lot of enjoyment, a lot of nostalgia. I think Paul McGann was very good in the role. Eric Roberts, Julia Roberts' brother, plays the Master in it. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And obviously we get to see Sylvester McCoy again. And then we move into, obviously, the Christopher Eccleston, this era of Doctor Who. Now, interestingly, I did have this on Steelbook, and that Steelbook goes for a lot of money now. And I did sell it for over £100 to someone in Australia. I sent it all the way to Australia. So, yeah. Now, no more recently, they've sort of released these again, sort of upgraded. I didn't bother with that. But, you know, 2005, these began. I remember when the first episode came on. I remember where I was. I was at work, but I put the TV on just to see the opening and the title sequence. Yeah. Then we have season 2. Billy Piper. No, sorry, not season 2. Yeah. And then, yeah, with David Tennant's first season, because Eccleston only hung around for that one season. There was problems, creative differences and all this sort of a thing that he didn't want to hang around. Fair enough. Tennant was good. He's my favourite modern era Doctor. Eccleston is up there as well. He was very good. Season 3. And I really like the David Tennant era of Doctor Who. Each season as its worth. You know, I liked all of the... I liked Rose. I liked... what's her face there? I forget the character's name now. It's been quite a while since I've watched it. Played by Freema Agyeman. And I like Donna a lot, you know. Bernard Cribbins, fantastic. Then we have the specials. Doctor Who specials there. And then we move into the territory of Matt Smith. Now, Matt Smith, I wasn't as enamoured with as the Doctor as a lot of other people were. He's still sealed. His steelbooks are still sealed. That season, yeah, his first season. Then we have the 50th anniversary specials there. That has the name of the Doctor, Time of the Doctor, and Adventure in Space and Time is also on there. That I did have in the thick box set, but I sold that on as well because it was in there. We have complete 7th season. Amy Pond was quite a good character. And we still have another Day of the Doctor there. Don't know why I've still got that, considering it's in 3D actually, that is. That's on the 50th anniversary one. I wonder if Matt would like that. I'm going to ask that question. Anyway, moving on. We have The Time of the Doctor and other 11th Doctor Christmas specials there. And then we have the complete 8th season, which is Peter Capaldi's season. 9, 10, yeah. Peter Capaldi's complete 8th season. Am I right with these? Are these going? Yeah. And I really like Capaldi. I really like Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. Some of the writing wasn't great. Really wasn't great in the Capaldi era. But Capaldi himself stood up as a great Doctor for me. And then we have the 9th season. I think that's the one where you got the really expensive steelbook that I had as well and sold for a considerable amount of money. And then I just picked that up cheap. Then we have the complete 10th season. You see, I stopped with the steelbooks for a while for some reason at this juncture. I think I like that slip, actually. I thought that was a nice slip. I think that was why. And then we have Twice Upon a Time, the Peter Capaldi's finale, which is actually a 4K edition of that. For some reason that got a 4K. And I really like it. I think that's a great finale. Obviously, David Bradley plays the first Doctor in it, as he did in A Space in Time. And, yeah, you know, for me, this is kind of the end of an era for Doctor Who. This is where Doctor Who should have ended for me, or should have ended in my mind. It gives it nice symmetry that we go back to the first Doctor as well. We see him again, and you know, it gave it nice symmetry. But the problems started, I say problems, I mean, Missy as the Master, she was actually pretty damn good, you know, I won't knock that. But this is where we got into the regeneration, that you could regenerate into a woman, and this sort of a thing. And that leads us into the Jodie Whittaker era of Doctor Who, which... it's badly written, to be honest. It's not great. Yeah, I don't know really, but I did Revolution of the Daleks there. I did pick them up. I did get, you know, all of the Jodie Whittaker era of Doctor Who. And I'll be honest, I never actually watched Flux. I never got around to watching all of that. I watched maybe the first couple of episodes and... just never got around to finishing it. But I did get, you know, that stuff there. And then we came into the new era of the Doctor, going out of this into the new. We got the 60th anniversary specials with the return of David Tennant and Donna Noble. They weren't good. They weren't good. Okay. Now I didn't go further than this. I didn't delve into the Nakuti era of Doctor Who. Now, when I was watching the Nakuti, I've seen season 1. I didn't watch the Christmas special, and I probably won't watch the new season either. Some of the episodes were good, not as Doctor Who. I mean, they were. If you take them on their own, take the episode without comparison to anything else, right? Some of the episodes were well written. They were good episodes. Nakuti himself is, you know, I won't say he's not a decent actor. I think he's got ability. I think he's got, you know, he's just not Doctor Who. He's not Doctor Who. I don't think they should have ever cast a woman as Doctor Who. I don't think they should ever cast a black person as Doctor Who. Sorry if that offends anyone. It's just my thoughts on it. It's got nothing to do with being racist or anything like that. Just I don't think they should have done it. Interestingly, as where we stand at the moment, seemingly it looks like Disney are not happy with how Doctor Who's going. They want Russell T Davies gone, is what I've heard. Nakuti would jump ship with Davies, and there have been rumours that, you know, maybe someone like Michael Sheen would step in and play the Doctor, which would be great. You know, you go back to that sort of middle-aged white male for the Doctor, but has the damage been done? That's the question. Now, I've always said this, and you'll find this in videos back a couple of years, good few years, that they would never cancel Doctor Who on a woman, which they didn't, and they would never cancel Doctor Who with a black fella cast in the role as the Doctor. They would recast as a middle-aged white male, Martin Sheen or someone else, or an older white male, and they would let that run for a couple of seasons. Then they'd pull the plug on it and, you know, save face essentially, and turn around and you know, spin it that, you know, the Jodie Whittaker era of Doctor Who was a success, and the Cootie era of Doctor Who was a success, and what killed it was it died on a middle-aged older white male. Because, well, we're the enemy. But there we go. That's just how I feel. So moving on. Have a look what we've got here. We've got a Doctor Who Radio Adventure Part 2. I do have Part 1 of that somewhere. But we have 2 seasons of... No, we have AC... No, do we have 2 there or 1? Complete 3rd season. Oh no, I've got a J card sat in there. Also, oh no, it's bent J card, sorry. Okay, so I have season 2, 3 and 4 of... No, 2nd and 3rd of House of Cards. And you'll see the other seasons of them pop up somewhere, because, yeah, I do have them all together now. Here we go. I put them on the side. That's first season. That is volume 4. I'm lost. No, volume 1. Okay, season 2. Season 3, season 4 of House of Cards. Okay, I haven't got the non-Kevin Spacey season of the show. Final. Then we have the complete 1st season of Game of Thrones, and I've never completed that in physical media form. I've got a few of the seasons. I don't think I'd go back and rewatch them, to be honest. I honestly don't. And we have the complete 2nd season of Game of Thrones there. And, oh look, we got a Star Trek one-off, Best of Both Worlds edition there of, yeah. And I think that opens up, if I recall. It's velcroed in somewhere. Well, I'm bending it. Let's see if I can get that open. No, it's not velcroed in. It's got a little bit of bloody glue there. Glue from somewhere. Let's have a look at it. Okay, it's velcroed in at that corner. So there we have Locutus of Borg. And it opens up like that. I do have the complete Star Trek Next Generation on Blu-ray, but I'd bought this prior to getting the complete series. Right, let's have a look here. Then we have New Earth, New Rules, Season 1, Season 2. I'm not sure how long this went for. Defiance, Sci-Fi Channel show. I'm not sure if it went beyond Season 2. Can't remember now. It's a show that, honestly, I don't really remember much about. Let's move on with this lot. Okay, I think these are available on Blu-ray. Never upgraded them. I won't upgrade them. It's The Incredible Hulk. Nice box. Nice spot glossing across it. Yeah. Now, I do have the trial of The Incredible Hulk, the death of the 2 films that they've done, the death of The Incredible Hulk as well, the final. I think they've done 3 films, as I recall. Yeah, Death of the Incredible Hulk being the last one. I do have them as well, but they're over in another section. Then we have Season 1 of Alphas, another Sci-Fi Channel show. I think it went for a 2nd season. I'm not sure that 2nd season got physical media release. It may well have done, and I've just sort of missed it. Then we have Very Funny Show. The In-Betweeners. Still very funny, very good, still enjoyable watch. I'll jump to the complete series of Futurama and 1 to 8. And I do have, and you've seen some of these in another shelf, the animated films that come wherever they come. I know Futurama has continued life since. I don't have them. And I have an odd season of 2.5 Men. Really, it's only the Charlie Sheen eras that interest me of that, which was a great show. And then we have the original miniseries. Now I can put that back with that because that's where it goes. The Final Battle. These were great, weren't they? Back in the day, these were good. You know, very much about, you know, they used World War II and what went on there with the Jews as inspiration for this. And then we have the complete series, the series that came after, which really it turned into like Dynasty in space, or Dynasty, do you know what I mean, as a sci-fi show more than anything else. It ends on a cliffhanger. We never got resolution. But yeah, so the complete V, the remakes we may have seen as well somewhere. Then we have Ashes to Ashes, Philip Glenister. And this is the spin-off show to Life on Mars, set in the 80s, this one I believe, whereas Life on Mars was in the 70s. Yeah, it was another version of that. The Ricky Gervais Show, seasons 1 to 3. This is the podcast where it's got some animation and that. I like Ricky Gervais. I think he's very funny, very clever, very, you know, and Carl Pilkington here, and obviously Stephen Merchant as well. They were enjoyable. The podcast is good as well to listen to in the car. And then we have Gillian Anderson and Jamie Dornan, seasons 1 to 3 of The Fall. BBC series this was, wasn't it? Yeah. I like Gillian Anderson a lot. Ever have since, you know, her days on the X-Files. I think she's a very attractive lady as well. And yeah, that was a decent show. Then we have season 1 and 2 of The Affair, and I need to get the other seasons at some point. They're ones to keep an eye out in. I've got season 4 in there, actually burnt to disc. Yeah, they're ones to keep an eye out on travels, you know. Like I say, I don't really go into CEX now. I don't really wish to go in much unless I'm trading something in and getting something back, or unless there's a specific title that I know a store has and I'll go in and get it. And this was a good show, and I've got season 3 and 4 somewhere kicking around in this lot. I need to find them. Don't know where I put them now. I need to locate them. That's what I'm saying. I know it's a mess. I'll go through them and find them. And season 1 and 2 of Scorpion, which was a great show. You know, the main guy was, you know, these are all highly intellectual individuals who kind of brought together to solve problems. And obviously old Robert Patrick stars in it as well. Now I'm going to put them up there so that I can locate the other couple of seasons. It lasted for 4 seasons. They're kicking around. Then we have Hello Ladies, the complete series, and the movie. Stephen Merchant show, American show. I think it was HBO Max or something like that. Yeah, HBO Max show. Enjoyable, fun, funny. Yeah, fish out of water kind of thing, with Merchant being in America. Yeah, that was good. Next up, we have season 1 and 2. And season 3 is there. I'll put them together now. And that is From Dusk Till Dawn TV show. Season 1, season 2, season 3. And season 1 pretty much tells the whole film across a season. Season 2 then sort of moves forward with it. Danny Trejo there. I enjoyed From Dusk Till Dawn TV show. I thought it was far better than what it had any right to be. So I'm going to keep them together. Now I was looking for this one film when I was looking for my films down there, and it is the special edition of Highlander 2. What a bad film that is. But there's a load of special features on here. Even the booklet is... no, the booklet ain't. There was a book. I had a booklet in one that had... I thought it was this one. It's not. Damn. That had a lot of info about the film and the changes that were done to it. But there we go. I don't know. I don't know where that booklet is. Maybe somewhere. I'm going to put that down there because the other Highlanders... Because even though I've got them on Blu-ray, I'll keep that. Now this next lot, I might actually sell. A Region 1, but it's due south. Season 2, Season 3, Season 1's there. Okay, the complete due south. Now these are, I suppose these are Canadian releases or something, being that you got French there as well. But I've got a German release of it, which is like this. Where has it gone? Which is that there. I replaced with this, and I keep meaning to sell them. I'm going to list them and sell them. Yes. Great show. And then moving on from that, let's go to the final series on this shelf, and it is the complete first season of War of the Worlds from late 80s, I believe, and the complete second season of War of the Worlds. Yeah, these kind of continued on from the original film. You know, the original, it was the same tripody type things, and yeah, and Adrian Paul, the Highlander, was in season 2. Season 1 had the geezer from Predator in it, Richard Chives is something his name is, the geezer who, he lasts almost to the end. He's the geezer who, with a big poncho, is it poncho? Where the big wood thing, tree log comes down and smacks him in the ribs and crushes all his ribs, and then Arnie's carrying him, and he gets shot while Arnie's carrying him by the Predator. He was in the first season, and that's the complete second season. Only lasted 2 seasons, and it was on. It used to be on late at night when I was quite young, and I remember recording it and watching it the next day. And yeah, it's cheap and nasty, but enjoyable. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. So there you go. What do you think I'm going to pick? What TV show would you pick out of all this lot if you were to keep one? I'm pretty sure a lot of people would. Yeah, there's a lot of Doctor Who there, and I'm sure a lot of people would say Doctor Who. You know, but what would I pick? Let's put them back and let's talk. All right, I've put everything back onto that shelf. So I've had a think. Made a decision, and it's not Doctor Who, right? Doctor Who could have possibly made it in the sense that, you know, there's a lot to pick from, but there's a lot of bad stuff in Doctor Who as well as good stuff. It's very up and down in quality, you know, and as great as some seasons are, others pull it down and this sort of a thing. So the show that I give it to this time around, I say this time around for a reason, and it is a bit of a cheat in a sense, would be Due South. Paul Gross as Canadian Mountie Benton Fraser in with his trusty dog Diefenbaker Baker in Chicago, teaming up with Ray Vecchio, the Chicago police officer that fortunately the original Ray Vecchio isn't put onto the front of the first 2 seasons, and then you get a replacement character who goes by the same name, Ray Vecchio, and it's all very odd when you get to that season. It's like, oh, you know, but they're aware that it's not the same person, and it's to do with the other Re Vecchio being put into protective custody, and this geezer's taken his place and his name and this sort of thing. Quite sort of clever in what they'd done in a sense. But Due South lasted 4 seasons. I loved it when it was on. A lot of love for Due South. I think it's a great show. Fun, enjoyable, a lot of heart to it. You've got that fish out of water element. You've got this character of Benton Fraser, who's, played by Paul Gross, who's just so straight and, perfect and good. He's almost like Superman, kind of not in powers, but in how just morally good he is. He opens doors for ladies, and it's just a really good character, really good show. So I give it to Due South. Due South nearly won last time round, several weeks back when I'd done it, but I knew that Due South would come round again, so it was kind of a cheat. But yeah, so a good show, quality. Really enjoy it, and yeah, definitely a winner for that one. But there was a lot of good stuff on that shelf. There was a lot of mixed stuff, different stuff, and an enjoyable shelf to actually have a look through. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Take care.